Ibsf 7, Chang 3, and number 1.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, IBSF World Snooker Championships of 2024. Our welcomes the worldwide fans tuning in. And we have there's only 2 games on today, and it's this one on the morning session. The loser of the World of 2024. We are treated to, we call it in the pool world, Judgment Day. Will advance through. The loser is out of this year's World. So we have a very important for both players to get off to a great start. I've just been with Wayne Griffiths this morning for half an hour talking about his player, Chang. He's an incredible player. He's just won a tournament in Hong Kong. He's ranked #1. And right now he has to find the great ability he can find on this morning's match. He will be out of the World Championships. As we watch now, the red wow, white nearly disappearing there. But his opponent is an incredible potting machine. Just saw him in practice for about 5 minutes. I was very impressed. He was taking everything in lovely there. But we just seen that red mist. So it's a tactical safety game. So let's enjoy this show. The winner will advance through to the next round. The loser is on the plane home. I asked Wayne to join me this morning, but he wants to watch his opponent and let him know he's there supporting him. It's a very difficult match for both players. So this young man is starting to put in a great performance. With the black tie, somehow he has to run up for the pink and the blue. So it's too high of a risk. But I'm surprised he didn't take the red in and play safe. That's an excellent shot. I've commentated on Chang's matches over the years and in the final as well of the World Team Championships last year. Great performance he put in to win that title with his partner. But right now, this Hong Kong's #1 player has put in a great performance in the World Championships. Things haven't gone according to plan. That's why we're here on Judgment Day. So he has to put in another great performance. Lose, he's out of this year's World Championships. Win, he's through to the next round, the knockout stages. But he's managed to hit that without leaving anything on. We talked about the game of snooker yesterday. It's basically a massive chess game. You want to make the right move. You don't want to give away easy options for your opponent to run the table and start to break build. So tactical battle is here. So this red, he's looking at a shot to nothing. It's a bit risky. He's just looking, making sure you can get through. Yeah, and that's a very clever shot that was. Yeah, he's just making sure here he can get there. Players tend to do this. To make sure he might use the cushion first and come around, but he might. Yeah, that was the problem he was in. He's attacked and was hoping for position. Some players tend to do, but maybe the right shot was to come off the cushion first, but he's lost control. So he needs to find a good safety here. Yeah, and that's a great white there. Let's put it tight on the cushion. He knows he's got to somehow hold the cue ball and get back there. He's trying to avoid the second red by the cushion in line with the black, because if he crashes into that. So the tactical battle here. Both play World Championships of 2024. So it's a very important first frame. And that's going to be. But has he left? So he's told him to put it back. Has to be careful. Everybody's happy. All three of them are happy where the ball is. Well, have I got news for you? He will be warned now. If he it's lost a frame, he doesn't touch a red. 2 fouls in a row. So he's just been the play by the referee. If you miss this red, you've lost the frame. He's got to hit it. Has he done? Yes, he's done it this time. So this red now, it's to go back onto the ball cushion. we got to have a look at this. The part I've often talked about it, the strategy in the first frame. A lot of tactical battle, but we're witnessing the first game as a judgment game, because the loser of this match will be out of the tournament. So both players are trying so hard. So this, on the first frame, this could be the longest frame on the TV table in the tournament, especially through the qualifiers. So it looks like it probably, let's have a look at the time. They start clock a frame. So the tactical back to give anything away. So all of a sudden, starting to in the pool, where we call it running the in the snooker world, they call it the break building. Yeah, he just hit that a little bit too hard. He wasn't accurate. Good fortune. He's just Wayne Griffiths has just said to me he's just won the Hong Kong Championships and ranked #1 in Hong Kong. But he's got to perform incredible clearance to win this match. That's a long way. And all of a sudden, this young man is starting to run. Yeah, he doesn't. He's got to be comfortable on this shot. It's very important not to overstretch yourself on the black, and that was the problem. He hasn't come up high enough, so he's just putting a psychological pressure on himself. It does happen. Players tend to overthink the shot. And this is a judgment game. If you've just joined us, he's not taking any chances. That's why we're coming up to over half an hour shortly for the first game. Usually they're all over within minutes. Wayne said to me, Wayne Griffiths was explaining it'd be a very quick match, but because of the misses and the importance of this game, the first frame is crucial. Nicely played. Held for the black here. In all sports, it's the first frame in billiards is so important. He needs to put in a good performance to stay in the tournament. Now he's starting to run and break build. His opponent did get chances. And missed opportunities are costly. But the ranked #1 Hong Kong player has to find Incredible form to stay in the tour. So this black, he's starting to run away with the frame, with the two reds in the open as well, so should be okay. So this to start looking good for this frame. Unlucky. Very unlucky that was. Played a nice shot all the way down the table. Has to be careful with the white here as we watch the red go over the pocket, and the game, ladies and gentlemen, has been surrendered. I think there's only 2 matches on the morning session. This is called the Judgment 2 Games. So there's the scores on the other table. And we just only finished the first game, and they're on the third game. So we've been playing 33 minutes, and the other game, that's incredible standard. Been a great tournament so far. If you've just joined us, welcome. We're on Judgment Day. Only 2 matches. Who will qualify? It all finishes on the 9th of November. In 6 days' time, we will witness who is the crowned world champion is an all-round potting, safety, great under pressure, pressure shot player, accepting misfortune. World champions are the best in the tournament. And remember, it's not what you've won, it's what you bring to the table on the... You've got to bring your best you've ever played right now, or you have to wait for another year. Wayne Griffiths is in the arena, supporting his player from Hong Kong. And the referees have been amazing. How do they maintain the focus of just one game? 35 minutes. It's incredible standard. Well done. Making sure everything's in line. So frame number 2 is a must-win for the show. He has to start potting. He's had good opportunities. But and he'll be starting to run the table again. Very nicely played. He's okay. He has to put in some potting here. He hasn't had much of a chance, to be fair, for break building. He is in the centuries. He's more than capable. So this red now to the right corner, starting to get in control. And that was the problem. He just moved very slow. And he completely hit the jaw there. needs the cue ball not to land on the pink, I'm afraid. He has. I'm not too sure if that's touching. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take on France in the knockout stage. What a match that's going to be. But right now, in the tournament, so stay as we watch this young man take the red. Should be okay. I think he wanted to go higher. So this is going to be a great match to watch. The outcome. So he's made it look easy, but that was a very difficult shot. This red to the right, black, is worrying times. For the Hong Kong player, Chang knows that he's got to somehow stay in this game. But this young man is an incredible player. So this starting. With break building and snooker, they don't take away any of the positions. They just want to get on and start break building. They don't develop them until later, so they work around getting the point. Now, this is very interesting. I've never seen this before. He's hiding his eyes from the lights. I've never seen that before. So the lights are very bright out there. Now, it can do two things. One, give you migraine or head. And that can affect. Spoke to yesterday, he had migraine and he couldn't take on the long shots. So he's just hiding the lights there. He's just trying to focus. First time in history I've ever seen that. When I was in Sri Lanka, they had the light. Very old snooker table. So the lights do take an effect on people and the conditioning in the arena. Very cold. But when you get to the table, very hot. So it all plays a part on the person playing the game. And the table is like a hot water. Nice and warm. But right now, this young man has got the frame to make it one apiece. Just one more colour in red. Very quick play. He didn't perform one if you've just joined us. But his opponent can only watch him pop the ball. And I'm having an interview with one of the top coaches in the world as we watch that red. I don't think his opponent's going to come to the table. Not too sure. Does he want to, looking at the score, well, we'll come out and give it a try. So I'm going to have an interview with one in the world, Wayne Griffiths. And when you're away from the table, how do you stay calm and relaxed and keep control at the table? And how do you deal with it? Because something happened yesterday. We saw a 71 break, and then his opponent put 109. An incredible battle of safety and potting. So we need to know how the players stay calm and relaxed when things are going wrong in their game, and how do they feel when they're all going wrong. That will be an interesting interview with Wayne Griffiths. Because the pool player point of view is completely snooker player's point of view, because it's all happening with a roller coaster ride in the game, especially with him. That's in completely a roller coaster game. But in snooker, you're trying to control, time, and you're completely different. With a nice interview from Wayne. But in the meantime, got to get the black. If he misses the black, he'll surrender the frame. How do you feel taking this up and making sure you put the black? Yeah, he's done. And to feel a bit of relief that it's gone in, because every ball he takes now, he has to get another black as well. He might be okay. He wants to come down. He needs to... He's just checked the score there. He's 40 per point. And with this... Just shot that is. Well played. That's excellent. Great attempt. (27) plays 61. So this round, well played. That's excellent. Now, the keyboard, often find it in the game, and it's the green on this occasion. Got to pot the black. Can't afford to miss it. So, yeah. Is a framework. Trying to get in behind the green. He's got key. But he's trying. It was 2 appointment there. So the key now, he has a very risky option. Go for the double and hold for the brown. And leave the cue ball on the cushion. He might... Yeah, he's just tapping the table. He's disappointed. He's looking at it. But he didn't take it. He's gone for the safety. I'm surprised he didn't take it on there. He doesn't want the black on the cushion. So this green is... Yeah, it's just indicating with his cue. Oh, he's trying to bring the green back down. Who play the hands? That is not cuttable, sure. Has he just... If so, be devastating. And how much energy it takes you out of this game just to see the green go in. But has gone to the other pocket, not, and he will now. He down and erased to 4. and you're on the plane home. So all, and that's where, yeah, very good shot now. Just gone in. He's so relieved that's gone ill. He's just gone down a bit of front. So the blue. And what incredible performance from this young man. That's a great shot. He's got the alignment as well. So for 2-0. And this is an incredible comeback. Beautiful. His opponent could only look on, knowing that he had to get hands and just let wait. Yeah, point there. So let's. And to bring you, there's only that today is the judgment. The loser is flying home and out of the tournament. And that was the first frame, if you've just joined us, was about 40 minutes. And this 15 minutes. Incredible standard. And once again, how the referees keep their concentration for 4. I'm going to have to interview them and ask them, how do they do it? The alignment of all the balls has got to be perfect. Frame before, and this year with Wayne Griffiths supporting him and family and friends, is trying to step ships. And believe me, he just wants to have a rest. He wants to get a rest. But it's a idea. He wants to stay. We're in for a friend. You see, a lot of players take this red onto the court. And that's the problem. But he needs good. Has he got it? I'm looking at the body language. Yes, he has. He has got the red into the corner. Did you see how he's using the cue? It's not for me. It's for himself. That's where I'm going to get the cue ball. So this red for the black. No, he hasn't done it. He can't even see it. So the green, I saw yesterday players taking these shots off. Well, thank you very much. The microphone should be working now. We apologise. We're trying to bring you live action and just a bit of feedback. Thank you very much. It's very difficult to get everything right, but we're getting there. But right now, he has to hit this. He doesn't want to miss it. It's a foul and a miss. Yeah, now I've just seen something, ladies and gentlemen. The disappointment is creeping in. It does happen. It's this foul and a miss is lethal. The record is 7 in a row, and that was in the World Qualifiers. In the main event, it's 5. It upsets the player, but it's part of the game we're witnessing. So he has left one red though by the black. Very risky to take it on. He is going to crash into the other 2 reds. Unless he can find a path through it. Yes, he found a path. Well played. So he's hitting the cue ball. I'll try and help you guys out with the cue ball. How they strike the cue ball, which is pretty interesting, my theory. Now you have to imagine the clock on the cue ball. So he's striking the cue ball here around about 10 past 2 there to give him the angle to come across. And they cheat the angles as well. Very fascinating how they do that. And we can discuss how they create angles with the cue ball. And it's the time scale on the cue ball. In the pool world, we tend to have a dot, so you can identify how the cue ball is reacting. I think they did try to do that in snooker. But the kiss there on the pink is left in the green, so it should be okay. So with the cue ball here, he might just run through, and he's hitting just below center to get the cue ball going forward. Some people use 12 o'clock. So he's using 12 o'clock here to just come forward. Some people do stun and run. It depends how you feel on the shot. And you see how he stunned it in the end. Even though he was going forward, he just changed his mind. And that happens a lot with the cue action. They're cueing through the cue ball perfect, and then they change it right at the last second. So he's got to stay still. Watch how he strokes the cue ball. See how he does it? Just a stun run through. And he stayed down on his cue action because he knows now that this is vital. And when you stay down on your cue action, you know where the object balls are going, how it's going to run in, and you get better accuracy as soon as you come off from your cue action. See how he's staying down? He's making sure the cue is flowing through the cue ball. So players tend to strike the cue ball. Watch how he's doing it. Watch the focus. Ready? He's striking at 20 past 4 to hold the cue ball. So it's very interesting how they all play different. I saw a gentleman yesterday queuing up. I thought he was going to sledgehammer the ball, and he was rolling it. It's the pause as well. So watch his arm. Watch, that's a beautiful alignment there. Watch, ready? See how he just stays still? You don't get this overnight. It takes years of training. And he's Hong Kong's ranked number 1. Do you see his wrist on the back of the cue? See how he holds it firm and keeps it accurate. Now watch this next shot. If you can, well, he's got the bridge. Oh, we won't be able to see it. What I'm explaining is how they use their right hand on the cue to make sure the cue is balanced through the shot. Watch how he does it. Oh, we can't see it. Oh, now we can see his wrist. It's not on the back of the cue. It's in the middle. You know, it's on the butt. So each shot is completely different with the cue for the accuracy. Some players I've seen turn the cue for the grain on the cue and make sure they're in line. See, watch. See where his hand is now? And he uses it to punch the cue ball forward. See that? See his wrist? Now he's holding it very lightly. Ready? See how he does it? Here's one for you, bit of information. The weight of the cue. How do you know you're playing well with the cue? You want it heavier or lighter? Now there's weights in the cue for that. But I remember doing it. I used to sellotape coins to the cue to see how well I would play with it. Some people use coins as well, so see how he's cueing? So accurate. See that? Just slightly moving, but it's okay. It was after the shot. Now, players tend to use the scoreboard in running the table. Which reds to take, which reds not to take. He hasn't gone up. See how he's tapped the table? Because he hasn't gone up far enough, and that's the frustration. Players, your opponent looks for the frustration shots as well to see how well you're playing. See the cue? Watch the cue. See how he presents himself with the cue action? There. Goes through the cue ball. Beautiful. Yeah, the sigh there is, I got to push safe again. I want to stay at the table and pot balls. Have you ever wondered when you play snooker or pool, you want to put and you're looking for the magic wand. And what people don't realise is they had it in the beginning. You adjust your cue. I think that the cheapest cue I ever had for snooker, I found it in a antiques market. And I looked at it and I said, oh, how much is that cue? He said, how much do you want to pay for it? I said, well, it hasn't got a ferrule, so I have to get a ferrule. And I said, would £10 be okay? He said, yeah, take it for £10. It was a one-piece butterfly finish, beautiful cue. It had 3 veneers in it. Unfortunately, I had it stolen from the car, and that was the best cue I ever had. As we watch the pink mist, and I've never really found a snooker cue like it. It's the touch and the feel of the cue you adjust to. I know they're very expensive, snooker cues nowadays. So I was very lucky when I was in Sri Lanka. I had one presented, a world champion, multiple world champion, presented me with a billiard cue, and I was very lucky. I have got a little bit of information for you about a snooker cue. When you roll the snooker cue on the snooker table and it just wobbles at the end, at the front, and it's like does a loop. Now, I was told by a multiple world champion, 27 world titles, it's because of your cueing. When you're striking the cue ball, the wood tends to bend over the years. It's like a groove. I think Ash told me that yesterday. Because I said, how come your cue wobbles? He said it's because it's constantly grinding in your palm of your hand and the fingers. It's very interesting that. I never knew that. Yeah, it's a tough shot, but we've seen this before. Magic does happen in snooker. It does happen in pool. We just saw a piece of magic there. They call it a fluke in snooker. Snooker is... I've played Russian billiards. I was in Georgia and played Russian billiards. Free cushion billiards. Obviously pool and hayball. Hayball is the most emotional game probably I've ever played. But snooker is the most difficult billiard game in the world. It's just my opinion. The concentration spell snooker players have is incredible. Your 62 plays 7, and look at his opponent sitting in the chair just waiting for an opportunity again. Staying nice and relaxed. So a lot of credit for you guys who play snooker. I think you're amazing. I really do. See how he's changed the cue action here? See how he's brought his hand forward? It's balancing the cue on the shot. I really don't know how snooker players can have 4 hours of concentration. I really don't. So great credit to you guys. Well done. In the pool world, we have emotional roller coaster rides. So you don't really play 4 hours of pool in one match. In Hayball, we have a time limit of 1 hour and 40 minutes. In pool, roughly around about race to 7, and it's all over within minutes, so it goes like that. But snooker is such a difficult game. So that one shot now has sealed the game at 3-0. And also snooker is such a special game as well. We saw an incredible performance from Harvey yesterday representing England. Incredible potting machine. He just potted balls. Incredible. And then if you miss one ball in snooker, they call it the seed of doubt. And you can't pot another ball because your confidence is gone. And the feelings you have in snooker is incredible once again. And I'll be interviewing Wayne Griffiths about the feelings of how to deal with the situation when you're sitting down. So let's have a look at the scoreboard as well to see the other match. Only 2 matches today, ladies and gentlemen. 33 plays 57, so that's still going on. We're 3-0 up. It's hard to believe it took 40 minutes on one game, and now all of a sudden, just checking the time, and 40 minutes we've just played 2 games. The highest break of the tournament in the World Championships is by Michael Giorgio, 136. In the World Qualifiers, we almost 8 reds, 8 blacks, everything was in the open. Good attempt. Now let's talk about the snooker table there. It's a beautiful table. There's a heater underneath the table. Don't know if you can just see it. It's under the middle pocket, on right underneath the pocket by the rests. Now that indicates how hot the table is, and the heat of the table has got to be a certain heat. And they turn it off at night time, and when they turn it on in the morning, do you see the lights above? We'll talk about the lights as well. So when the heat goes on, it starts to get hot, obviously, but the ball is different. So the first game, they're acting slow. The second game, a little bit faster. The third game, which is like an hour later, they start to speed up, and everything is speeding up now. Now look at the lights above. They are generating so much heat. It's like an oven above you. I saw players yesterday sweating. But when you're sitting down, it's like a fridge because the AC's on. So you sit in those seats and you are sitting in a fridge. You need to adjust to those conditions as well. So the life of a snooker player is completely different to the life of a pool player. Completely. We have tournaments where it's winner breaks. I was in the final. Race to 7. I never had a shot. Well, I did. The rope, and he ran the table 7 times. So it's so difficult in that world. But in snooker, the break building is the key to this game, and the strategy as well. And I see a lot of players like to have all the colours on the spots at the end game. So it's interesting contrast to all the different billiard games. I don't know if you guys have ever played on a pyramid table. That was an experience. But my favourite game, I've only ever played it once, is Free Cushion Billiards. That was the most amazing game I've ever played. So, you're 3-0 down. How can you one shot at a time and enjoy the game? That's the only advice I can give. I do play snooker. My highest break is 97. Never got into the centuries. As you can see, that come out nice. You might take it in the middle here. He knows that red is waiting. He's 3-0 up and he wants to take a chance, but a very risky one. He's not taking any chances. See how the cue ball runs and put on, that's years of training. And that's another great shot. Now we have in snooker what I've learned. That's a great shot, by the way. This is called a survival game. His opponent has got to win 4 in a row. So that's going to be so difficult. I've seen it done. Pankaj was 3-0 down. His opponent, Ferris, had to win 4 in a row, and he did it. But you have to have the self-belief and an opportunity. I play on the world tour. I travel the world. I do the volunteering as a commentator. And I just try to give you the experience of the feelings of the game, what they go through from a pool player's point of view. And I'm fascinated how they play snooker. I really am. I'm watching and learning. Here, I would have took that on. They've gone into safety mode. And the shots to nothing they select are incredible. See, I'll be trying to create a double here, do something. See, he's just missed that. So if he was over a fraction more, he would have come off the red. That's how a pool player would do it. And pool players love snooker. There's many out there. Corridor, Alex Pagalion. So great players who play all different sports. And John Moore as well. Look at the focus. He doesn't blink before the shot. See, he stared at the shot. And this could be good fortune if it goes in. No, he's got better fortune there. Because he hasn't left the red into the middle. All the one over the pocket. I'll try and help you here. Okay. When the player's queuing up, they memorize themselves on the shot. So what I'm trying to say is they focus on the shot without blinking. They bring their eyes into the corner of that where they're aiming. So they stay so still. And they're breathing. They're trying to calm their heart rate down so they don't panic if they miss. Because it's called the adrenaline shot. And you stay calm and relaxed and deliver the cue through in a straight line without any movement and stay on your shot, giving it everything you have for the shot. So let's watch this shot. He's taking it into the middle. Watch his head. Watch the cue. See, he didn't move, whether it was a safety or a pot. So he's trying to give everything he has on the shot with smoothness. So we don't have this very often, but keeping the cue ball clean. Now I have learnt about this, is to give them time at the table to regroup. But you can't do this in Hayball. Have the cue ball clean because your time is ticking. You have 1 hour and 40 minutes to play your match. So when you ask for the cue ball to be cleaned, your time is ticking. Now, remember that opportunity you wanted? He hasn't got much of one, but this red to the right corner is a golden opportunity. He's looking at it. And the secret of snooker, ladies and gentlemen, there it's happened. Second guess yourself. Play how you see it. If you miss, you miss. Don't be afraid of missing. Believe in yourself. Believe you can pot it. Don't worry about it missing. At least you made an attempt. And you might get a good fortune. Or in this case, a little bit of misfortune. I was watching his cue action. He didn't go through the cue ball. You have to, in this game, here we go. I'll try and compare this game to other sports in the world. And the only sport I feel is closest game to snooker is archery. Why do I say that? It's the accuracy. You've got to hit the bullseye. You've got to hit the heart of the pocket. It's such a difficult game to play. But the accuracy is like an archer. You've got to be perfect. You've got to stay still and deliver the arrow to the bullseye. And in snooker, you've got to deliver it to the heart of the pocket. And the other part of the game is a chessboard, playing chess, making the right moves. So those are just some of the sports you compare snooker with. But it's the mental ability to play the game and your fitness as well. In pool, it's a roller coaster ride with ups and downs. It's just full of emotion. And the disappointment on that shot, we're starting to see. When I used to watch the snooker, I fell asleep. But now it's all excitement as we watch the red disappear. Because I've seen another side of the game. It's called the drama side, the emotional side. Snooker players hide it so well. The emotions they go through. And it's the reason why they're trained to deal with it. They're trained to accept they weren't good enough and move on and get stronger. When you go to your local club and you put in 3 or 4 hours practice, and you're ready for your first tournament, that's a beautiful shot. And you start the road journeys, traveling the world. Well, I used to play pool and travel the countries all the way around England. You learn how to play the game. And then when you achieve that, you travel the world. And then you learn how to play the game. Completely different. From local league, the county league, to country league, to world league. Completely different. I was in Singapore, and the talent over there was incredible. Those guys were potting balls off the chandeliers. the standard's different all over the world. I was in Canada as well. I just sat there and watched. All I did was sat there and watched them play pool, and I thought, wow, these guys are amazing. And Canada's number one came up, John Moore. He said, Pepsi, you ready? Let's play. And I said, let's play. And he turned around and said, Pepsi, you're too good for me. I went, wow. Because all of a sudden, it happens. Something happened on the day. And it's like in snooker as well. If you turn up, you can put anything. It's all on the day of what you can achieve and your self-belief. So if you've got that in your game and you start believing, as we watch the pink mist there, you'll be surprised on what you can achieve in life. So don't be afraid to get on the world tour. So if you're just learning how to play snooker, my advice is practice hard and enjoy it. As soon as you start winning tournaments, the enjoyment is taken away, and you end up going into a world of wanting to win so much, and it doesn't happen. And then you have to go and get a coach. I'm very lucky, I've got 2 coaches to maintain your ability in the game of billiards. So what these gentlemen are going through, we have it in the pool world. We call it Judgment Day. The loser is on the plane flying home. And the winner is still in the tournament. All these players have got coaches. So I would recommend, if you ever want to learn in any sport, is to get coaching lessons to any sport and go from there. I was speaking to Stephen Lin, who's got an academy. And he monitors the youngsters coming through, and he tells them about their future, what to do. If you want to be the best, you have to be motivated and dedicated to the sport. Look at the cue action. Watch how smooth he goes through the cue. Beautiful. I do believe in a little comeback. He's starting to work hard. The mental strain of the game, like I said just now, is somewhere I can just explain a little bit about, because I'm not a professional in that area. But he's starting to believe in himself. We're starting to see a glimpse of his game, his ability of hundreds of hours of practicing, representing his country, starting to show now. 14.29, he's done all that work, and he hasn't really pulled away. very nice cue in there. He wanted to get, I feel that he should get the green here. He's coming having a look at it. This is how I feel, how I would take the shot on. It's a bit risky. But I've noticed something as well, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this? It's hard to believe. The snooker players have got the special chalk, but they're constantly chalking their cue every shot. I chalk my cue once and that's it for 15 shots. But, you know, it's constantly chalking. Now, I do know the answer. It's a part of the habit they go through. Special chalk they got. They say once is enough for many shots. I did try it. It was like 15 shots I played and I didn't have to chalk it again. And the technology of the tips as well. Incredible nowadays. I remember there was only two. Elkmaster and Blue Diamond when I used to play snooker. Now look at the technology. Incredible. And I just had one piece of chalk, green triangle, and that was it. So it just goes to show how long I've been playing. As we watch a beautiful plant there. In behind the green. He's looking at it. That's how he's thinking. And bring the blue in the open. Beautiful shot. Back in my day when I used to play snooker, I never had the foul. It's lethal, it is. Just goes to show the rules have changed as well. I mentioned earlier I was in Sri Lanka and the lights were gas lights. I didn't tell you about the ball. Ivory balls. It was like eggs. It was rolling weird. And that's incredible. That was how they played back in those days with ivory balls. I'll never know. And the colours were faded. They weren't as bright as this. Beautiful cue action. See how he's using the cue? Staying still. So this frame now. It's a bit early. Yeah, he's bridging over the green. And the extension is needed. Got to be careful not to do the foul. Beautiful shot. I was watching his cue action, how he keeps still on the cue. He's trying to release his arm there. Did you see what he did then? He was just trying to pump his arm because he's getting cold out there in the arena. Trying to get his arm flowing. So he's just had a glimpse of the scoreboard. So where's the key ball? I think it's going to be the blue. Is he going to take a possible double on the red? I would like to say thank you to you guys joining us I've enjoyed this match. It was just a bit. Well, he's tried to move it there. In the beginning frame, it was a bit scrappy. It wasn't really break building. And same for 2, really. It went a little bit fast. Nice little breaks of 20s and 30s, but the tactical battle in both of these matches are again very high standard. And to win by 1 point was incredible. He doesn't want to give anything away. Some players tend to try and pot that. It's good fortune if they do. But now I've just seen something. This gentleman, I apologise if I can't pronounce the names very well. This gentleman, he needs to pot this red and run the table. Play safety too much because good fortune could go against him. Just like that. For his opponent. So it just goes to show misfortune and good fortune does play a part. So this red and the game is in controlled. Yeah, reverse side. Watch the cue ball. Do you see that? That's called reverse side. A lot of people would know that anyway. So what he's doing, he's striking the cue ball and creating an angle. So he's striking the cue ball roughly around about 20 pounds. And as soon as he hits that cushion on a pool table, he would have hit the green with that angle. And he's made a beautiful shot. So this green to start to run away with the match. He just wants to pot it. Snooker players use the point system to win matches. What do I mean by that? Every point counts. 25 on the table, 46 plays 32. It's a fascinating snooker game with the point systems as well. So yeah, he only needed to remember what I said. The scoreboard can make you miss balls. They look at it, work out the. There's another situation. He's worked out the score. 46 plays 32. Yeah, he's shaking his head. Should be 49 plays 32, but it hasn't been. And they play a major part now in this game. Yo, where's the green gone? Has he got good fortune? Has he got it? Yes, he's okay. I'd just like to see a good game, ladies and gentlemen. Misfortune and good fortune even itself out in the match. Not all the time, though. Saw one yesterday, 6-2 for good fortune. See the cue actions all changed again? Clever shot. Tried to push the black onto the cushion. I call this the end game in snooker. He's making sure everything is tied up so he's got chances. Oh, the double kiss. That is lethal. deadly shot that is, the double kiss. It's such an unlucky shot. It must have just might have gone to the right a bit. He did try and catch half of that ball. He didn't want to see it going over the pocket. But wait a minute. What's happening? Well, good fortune is creeping in. He completely mishit the green. No, he's left it. Oh, he's got it. Well played. He fought. Now, let's have a look at the scores. That takes him to 35. 22 on the table. So he will need the... Has he done it? Oh, what a shot that is. If he's covered it, he hasn't. Dear of him. He tried so hard to survive in the World Championships. Great player. And I'm sure he'll be back next year. But in the meantime, this young man from Hong Kong... Oh, dear of him. His opponent tried so hard to get a snooker. 18 on the table. 50 plays 35. It's going to be so difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, on the behalf of Qatar Snooker Federation, it was match. If you just joined us, it was been a bit of a... Both players didn't perform to their best ability. But one thing about it, the loser will be on the airplane and the winner will qualify for the next round, knockout stages. After this game, the reigning champion of the world will take on, from Qatar, Ali O'Bailey, he will take on France. The loser is out. The winner will advance, but he's missed the... Such a shame. Sad ending. Goodbye. I'd love to have seen a comeback. What a game. What? It's such a sad way to go. It really is. Both incredible players.